Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. It is indeed a brand new day. It's raining. It is cool outside, hence my wearing this. I also think I'm coming down with something. My skin hurts, which usually happens when I'm sick. Problem is, I have had days where my skin is hurt for 24 hours. The thing that happens when I'm sick, but that's the only symptom, and then it's gone after 24 hours. So I don't think I was sick. But last night, after I took all my pain meds and went to bed, I woke up very early from pain-related insomnia. Oh my gosh, do I still hurt right now, and I am super tired. And I have a med manager appointment, 11:15, so I've got to have it's online, so I need to have everything ready to go by 11:10. And then 1 o'clock, I have an appointment with my doctor at the local hospital, which is just, there's a clinic there, and that's where my doctor is. And that's at 1 o'clock. Latest you can check in is 12:45. 12:46? No, you need to reschedule. Which means I need to leave here 12:15 at the latest. So from the 11:15 appointment to my appointment with my doctor, not much time for my ADHD. Normally one appointment, even a phone call or online thing, takes up my day, because like a normal ADHD person, one appointment ruins your entire day. I got 2 of them. So thumbs up on that. But with again, I have my skin kind of hurts. I'm really super tired because of the insomnia. I have a weird feeling in my eyes. When I was a child, whenever I got, I don't know, it must have been virus or bacteria, depending on the type of sickness I had. If I looked to the sides, all of my nerves in my body would feel like they jumped. And I sometimes get that. But I don't have any other symptoms to go with it. But then it could be also because sometimes virus infections never go away. After all, if you have chickenpox, you're infected with the virus that could give you shingles. And if you have chickenpox as a child and you have shingles at 60, that virus has lived inside of you for 50 years before it expresses. So who knows? And I have had other things where doctors didn't know what happened. I had horrible, intense pain in the 90s in my shoulders, my hips, and my fingers. That lasted for about a month. Doctors had no idea. They just said probably some kind of arthrovirus. So occasionally, that could also be why my fingers hurt as much as they sometimes do. Because it could be the virus expressing. Could be why my shoulders and hips sometimes hurt. But it's hard to say. And I got to keep this one short because of my appointment time. I need to edit, render, and all that. But I got that tied in with, it's a small video. I missed a lot of stuff yesterday, but because of my phone call that just got me caught. I'm not going to be able to do a full thing right now, but I'm going to try. But yeah, I missed stuff yesterday, and I'm sorry about that. And also from a comment, I quite often forget that when I speak, I am talking to an imagined person that watches every video that I do and knows what happened yesterday. If I say, yesterday I talked about, and then I don't go any further than that. While also knowing that, yeah, people come in with absolutely zero knowledge. So I'm going to have to try and do something one day to introduce myself more. But it was nice that this one commenter said that it was just a nice chill video that was just nice to listen to. And that's what I'm shooting for these days. I mean, my goal on this is keeping my mental stability together while I and my therapist were to rebuild the house of my mind that got destroyed while my wife died in front of my eyes over a 10-year period. So we're working on stuff, and yeah, this is important, even though my channel's dying, continuously and slowly. It's still an important thing. But let's see, I had a thing up here that I didn't want to talk about because this is frustrating. I actually tried ChatGPT last night. Signed in with Google. And I asked it, hey, I'd like to do this sort of thing. What sort of tools are there? And then it filled up a whole bunch of yakety, 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 yak. And then it gave me a great big old list with a lot of yakety, yakety, yakking in it. So I went over to Google and I typed in, a shorter version of what I asked. And I got the list in the results without any of the yakety yak having to scroll to get through all the things. It was just right there. I understand why people are using it to write papers, to cheat academically and in business. It's going to cause a horrific crash in the future when people who should know things don't. And then they rely on a chatbot that's going to hallucinate on them. So there's a crash a-coming. I just don't know what's going to happen when it happens. But why go through a yakety 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 yak yakety yak list yakety yakety yak when it's just list? I don't get that part. Use Google. Don't ask ChatGPT to use Google for you. Good God. Again, I can understand why people use it. There are people online that play solo RPG games using the chatbot. And yes, it'll remember stuff for your talk, and it's not supposed to remember things between times, I imagine, unless you pay premium. But there are still people that do it. And again, you can use it for various things. I mean, it's more advanced predictive text, like on your phone when you're typing things and it puts up words. That's all it is, a large language model. It is just predictive text. There's some extra things where you look for keywords and you go and you tweak various transformers inside of it, but it's still just predictive text. It doesn't know anything past the word it just gave you. But that's just the way I see reality, and then choose to interface or not with this machine learning stuff. I've even see how the propaganda is working when somebody online was talking about AI, and then when they were saying, oh, they're talking about machine learning. This is machine learning. This is AI. And it's like, no, it's machine learning. They call it AI as that's the nickname, but it's just machine learning. Machine learning is fine. It does great stuff, but predictive and the generative part is a waste. But I didn't do anything else. I just ended up ranting about this. I didn't do any of the other typing and gathering names and such. So I'm very sorry. I did not get that done. I talked yesterday, see what I mean, about how I want to play the game Dungeon Runner online using my 2 cameras. I mean, it's not online. I would just use online tools while using the cards and then flipping the card, showing the cards, and all that. I can't even remember what I was talking about. I'm going to do great going to my appointment. I probably shouldn't go because I seem to be developing a headache, and I'm finding it even more difficult to stay on focus. but it took a long time to get this appointment, and my blood pressure has been bottoming out. I need to talk to my doctor. I will wear a mask. I will do what I have to minimize the risk for others around me, but I have to be there. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, now that I've lost track of what I was talking about, I know, oh yeah, it was the other game that I was going to play for the channel, the one that's Dark Isolation, where you are a scientist trying to escape, and it's a game of luck. You just have 3 cards up top, which it's like the corridors you're running through. 3 cards down at the bottom, well, 3 spaces at the bottom you can move to, a deck to the side that you're flipping from for the 3 on top, and then a discard. And it being basically a luck base with mild strategy, yeah, it runs pretty quick. I've played it. It's fun for what it is. I mean, again, it's not something that if you need to think you want to play. But if you just want something that's simple, kind of fun, doesn't take up a lot of time, go for the gusto. I did order. I talked about before how they had 2 other decks that expand the game. There's an expansion deck and an alternate deck, both of which you just add into the game. I have ordered those. Those are going to be showing up. I don't know when. But, like I say, I'm not feeling good, and I'm feeling worse as I do this, and I desperately have to go to the doctor. Anyway, it is 11:42. No, that's a time on this. Good God, I scared myself to death. It is 9:47. I've been doing this for almost 12 minutes. Ah, that was a shot of adrenaline and terror. Anyway, though, I'm going to go to my appointments. Before that, I'm going to try and edit, render, upload. After my appointments, I'm going to take care of myself as best I can. I'm feeling pretty good, but by the end of the day, it is terrible on this side. So I'm still treating myself as best I can. I want to post games a lot. I want to post videos a lot. I am irate that all I can do is post no commentary videos. It makes me mad that that's all I can do. Still, I do what I can, which is why I got the supermarket simulator stuff going, where last game is more of the cannibal simulator, because I think I spent most of the time talking about how much I desperately wanted to eat my customers and how I am not a cannibal. I, in IRL, do not have any cannibalistic tendencies, but yes, I would like to churn an entire human being through my digestive tract. Not in one bite, of course. I'm a human being myself. It would have to be in a fashion that I could eat, and, I can't eat bones and stuff. So an entire human being, it'd actually have to be about 3 or 4 people so that I could get like 180 pounds of edible human meat that I could run through my digestive tract. Now, would I actually do this if I had the chance? I don't even like killing bugs. I have moral problems over killing insects. I would be too busy crying if I saw human meat for me to eat, because I would be thinking of the person that died. But it's fun to talk about. I know myself up here. I cry about puppies. I cry about hamsters. I cry at the drop of a hat. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. Hopefully a follow-up later today. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. Now I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to click this, and I'm going to edit. And then hopefully I can upload this before I have to make it to bed. Oh! Ah!